Who are the best Dragon Ball Z characters? Huh. Let's see what we've got. That's my line, right? No? What? Hello beautiful geeks, how is everybody doing today? This is your boy Lewis coming to you once again through the power of YouTube and the Geek Fortress to bring you another top 10 list. And today we're talking about the top 10 Dragon Ball Z characters. And this is the Good Guys edition. So stick around if you want to watch a Bad Guys edition soon. I would like to thank my good friend Mr. Piccolo for doing the introduction of this video. What's up, sexy? Please know that we're keeping this list strictly to Dragon Ball Z characters. So Super will be for another time. With that known and, clear, let's get right to it. Let's see what we got. This guy has been friends with the main character of the show since they were yay little. Of course, we're talking about Crillon. Other than the fact that he scored Android 18, this is one of the guys who has one of the coolest attacks that I personally enjoy, which is the Destructo Disc. I love that attack. So I love Crillon. Not only that, but he is also one of the first ones to always show up to the battle scene. He knows he's gonna get his ass kicked, but he always shows up first. Crillon is one of the best humans and probably the most powerful human on Earth, if you don't count everybody else. Or maybe Tien could also be it, but Krillon's pretty strong. At number 9, this guy, all he wants to do is hear a good joke, and he'll train you. Of course, I'm talking about good old King Kai. Now, for those of you guys who are familiar with the series know exactly what I'm talking about. Goku gets up there after going a million miles on Snake Way, and he finally gets to him and he wants to hear a joke. He wants him to make him laugh so that he can train him. I mean, that seems like a cool uncle to me, you know? He's got his own planet, he's got his own car to go around the planet, he's got his own pets in there. I mean, come on, the guy has the life. Other than the fact that Goku brought Cell to blow up his planet eventually, the guy had a good life. But yeah, I like King Kai. Little antenna, and he can communicate with Earth people. Another character who has been with us since Dragon Ball, we're talking about this blue/purple hair beauty. That's right, we're talking about Bulma. And what? She's not even a Z-Fighter. How does she make the list? Simple. She, like I said, has been since the beginning. And if you guys remember Dragon Ball, she always used to get stuck in all the weird situations that little Goku would get stuck in. Granted, this is a Dragon Ball Z list, but still, this girl, just because of her different haircut every 5 episodes, she makes this list. And she went to Planet Namek with them. She's always the tech guru. She's always fixing stuff, And in the future, she's the one who created the pills so that Goku's heart condition wouldn't kill him. I think that she did that. It's been a while. But still, she's badass. She's a geek. And hot. At good old number 7, we have this little guy. That's right, Gohan, Goku's son. And I'll be 100% honest, he may be a little bitch, like in the first few seasons, but think about when he reaches that untouched power in the Cell Saga, and that's the kind of Gohan we're talking about right now. Although the one who flew out of the ship and headbutt Raditz was also pretty cool. But hey, that's not here nor there, right? Having been trained by Piccolo and... yes, you. Gohan is one of those characters who you really enjoy watching develop. From the fact that he went from a tiny little whiny kid to the guy who beats Cell with a one-armed Kamehameha. That's why Gohan has made this list. But there's still better characters, that's why he's not up higher. Do you guys remember when Goku died the second time and he went to heaven and everything, and they had that tournament of all the Kais, of the east, of the north, of the west. That's not west. North, south, east, west. If you're watching that angle, north, south, east, west, I guess. Anyhow, he met this guy, VidCon, and this guy was one of those fighters who seemed like he was scrawny and he probably couldn't beat anybody. But when he fought Goku one-on-one, you actually get to see the potential that he had. Fighting Goku on the Otherworld Martial Arts Tournament, and it ends up being a tie, even though Piccolo falls off first to the Kamehameha wave that Goku threw at him. But the King Kai said that since they both touched the roof, they were both disqualified. Haha. Point is, this guy was pretty strong. He went up with Goku one-on-one at a point that Goku maybe hadn't become as strong as he would later become, but nonetheless at a point that Goku could kick everyone's ass. So for that, Piccolo makes this list. Good job, Green Sir. I am the only Green Sir in town, boy. She is deadly. She is cute. She is sexy. And even though she started off as a bad guy, she makes this list. Of course, we're talking about Android 18, this blonde goddess right here. My god. This femme fatale actually broke Vegeta's arm like bleh. One of my favorite scenes, because I like Vegeta, don't get me wrong, but I think he's too cocky for his own good sometimes. So that's one of the best scenes, seeing Vegeta all bleh. She was originally created as an android by Dr. Gira, who wanted to create them to form perfect cell. And even though she was originally created to destroy us all, you know, and then she turned around, sound familiar? Yeah, that was the purpose of Goku. And look at that. He hit his noggin and he became good. This one fell in love with my man Crillon. That's right. As I said before, Crillon gets her, you know? Baldies like blondies, and blondies like baldies, I guess. Not to confuse her with the future Trunks alternative version of Android 18, which was just evil. This one actually had a chance of redemption, and of course, we later see her in other storylines and also in Dragon Ball Super. So she changed, she stuck around, even though she still has that attitude sometimes. But you know, she can kick my ass. Prepare your pitchforks because at number 4 is Goku. What? You didn't even put Goku, the main character of the the main character of the show in the top 3? I didn't. Do not get me wrong, I like Goku as much as the next guy. However, I do think that sometimes main characters are not the best option for favorite character, and this is one of the cases. Think about it. This man, most of the show is training, eating, and making babies. But besides the point, this man makes it to our list because 1, he's the main character of the show, and 2, he is truly a badass. You know, he never gives up, he always wants to keep going, and he has shown throughout the years that we love him no matter what. I mean, whether it's the dubbed version where the lady makes his voice, or whether it's our version dubbed when, you know, he sounds really cool. I really love that voice. Goku is one of those characters where you love to hate or hate to love, I guess. Some people don't like Goku. I've had conversations with people, no, he's a terrible father, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, maybe he might be a terrible father, but he's still a good character. And that's why he makes it to our list, but at number 4. Come at me. And just like that, we have made it to our top 3 in this list. Please guys, do me a favor, if you've liked this video so far, don't forget to drop a like real quick. It helps the channel a lot. And hit that subscribe button, why not? You know, it takes like 1 second, you know, you click and then you're good. And it helps us out a lot to bring you more videos in the future. So go ahead, I'll wait. At number 3, we have another character who started off as a baddie, but redeemed himself, got a family, and he got Bulma. Son of a... Of course, I'm talking about Vegeta, the prince of all Saiyans. I said it wrong. Saiyans, yeah. As I was saying before, a cocky bastard, and that cockiness has gotten him into a lot of bad situations, as far as to let Cell absorb the last android because he wanted to see his fully formed body. Fun fact, the only reason they did that in the original manga was because they didn't to prolong the story anymore. So they wrote it in that Vegeta was going to let Cell absorb the last android so he could become perfect Cell. And you can take that one to the bank, kids. Trivia 101. Vegeta is one of those complex characters who doesn't like to show his feelings too much, but at the end of the day, he is also a beloved husband and father, and that can be shown in the episode when he sacrificed himself to kill Majin Buu, and he grabs Trunks and he tells him he loves him, and I'm not crying, you're crying.
Over 9,000.
Vegeta number 3. Our pick for number 2 is one of those characters who also, like Crillon, it's always one of the first ones to show up. And even though he has a high power level, he doesn't always win. But my personal favorite character of the anime, we're talking about Piccolo. And let me explain why. Piccolo is one of those characters who has had development ever since Dragon Ball, originally also being a bad guy. A lot of bad guys. Goku has this power to just turn bad guys into good. We should send him to North Korea. Piccolo stepped up and decided to train Gohan as soon as Goku died, and he developed this bond with Gohan that I don't even think Gohan has with his dad, to be 100% honest with you. But Piccolo was there to pick up the ball when Goku dropped it, and he raised Gohan. And I think Piccolo is one of those father figures that, even though it's like a little tough love at first, you can see how much he truly loves Gohan. Like when he sacrificed himself, when Nappa, or I believe it was Nappa or Vegeta, in the Saiyan saga, the first one, he drops that energy ball and he gets in the way so that Gohan doesn't die, because Gohan was a scary little bitch. Can't believe I put him at 7. Should have put him at 29. Point being, Piccolo is one of the best characters who has had the most development since the beginning of the show, even a little before, to the end of Dragon Ball Z. And if you guys want to watch him more, he's also in Dragon Ball Super. But Piccolo makes our list because he is a badass. And number 1, ladies and gentlemen, we have Yamcha! Woo! 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 It's not Yamcha. Future Trunks, ladies and gentlemen, that is right. We're not talking about little Trunks. We're not talking about the GT Trunks, who wasn't. Even though we're not talking about GT. Future Trunks, ladies and gentlemen, he had one of the best introductions to the show that any character has any had, in my opinion. He comes in, everybody just beat Frieza. You know, there's a little Garlic Jr. bullshit that happens in between, but nobody talks about Garlic Jr. Get the hell out of here. And Trunks comes back, you know, and Frieza's all android and everything, or like whatever the hell he was, like constructed with metal parts. Android, I guess, you know. And he comes with his dad, King Cole, and then Frieza, everybody's shaking in their boots. And then Trunks comes and he just pulls out his sword. Boom, 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 boom. Remember how badass he was also when he went back to his timeline and then he killed the androids and Cell? And that hair. Woo! Mama! And also kills King Cold. I mean, come on, can't you get any more badass? And then he goes to Goku and he tries to test Goku, boom, 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 and Goku's just like... One of the best things that this show ever did was to write Future Trunks, show and manga. Future Trunks is one of those characters who you look and you're like, he's cool. I like him. I like him a lot. Being one of the favorite characters for a lot of people that I personally know, Future Trunks is our #1 pick, and that's the bottom line, because Luz Amber says so. And that is our list, ladies and gentlemen. What do you guys think of this list? I know some of you are mad because I didn't put Goku in the top 3, but that's just the way we feel over here. Sometimes the main character is not the best character, remember that. Except in Samurai Jack, he's the man. Speaking of which, guys, don't forget to tune in every Sunday when I do reviews of the Samurai Jack episode that just have played the day before. If you guys want to watch more of those, here is a card with all those right there. I also put it at the end so you guys can check them out because I do those every Sunday. I upload videos every Saturday as well, guys, and that's it. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a like again and to subscribe. It helps me a lot, guys, and I can bring you more videos like this. Be on the alert for part 2 of this video where we're going to talk about the villains of Dragon Ball Z. Top 10 villains. This one was heroes. And some of them who were villains, but then became heroes, but they still count. So, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. As per usual, you guys are awesome. Do not forget to stay awesome, guys, and geek on. Lewis, out. Did he leave? Son of a bitch.